The next strategy that I would like to show you is the area model of multiplication. If you've looked at my blog or know anything about my store, I love games, and this way makes me see multiplication as in a more game-like fashion. It's not a game, but it makes it appear in a way that it's just different in my brain. I'm a visual person, so I really do like this strategy. It is very much like the distributive property, but it is using more of a visual model. So let's say we have a problem like 3 times 54. And for this, it's called the area model because you're going to draw a... I drew that too close. You're going to draw a rectangle, and then you're going to try to find the area of this rectangle. So we know the area is the length times the width. So we're going to just do that here. 3 on one side, and then we're going to put the 54 on the top. But we are going to break it down as we did with the distributive property. I'm going to think of two friendlier numbers that equal 54 that I can multiply more readily in my brain. So if I have 54, I'm going to use a number bond, and I'm going to break that 54 down into 50 and 4. So now I know I can just multiply multiples of 10 easier. I do think of like 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, at 10 we add 1 0. That's just when you're shifting it in the place value charts. It adds a 0. I'm not going to get into that right now, but that is why we do that. So I'm going to break apart the 54 into 50 and 4, and I'm going to put a line down here. And now 3 times 50 is 150. 3 times 4 is 12. And now I'm just going to add together 150 plus 12 equals 162. Knowing the standard algorithm, I could not have done it that fast in the past. I also do like this method for bigger problems. Ooh. So if I had a problem such as if I have 13 times 154. Now I can even make a bigger area model. This has 2 digits, so on the side I'm going to break it into 2, and I'm going to break down this 13 into a 10 and a 3. You can choose any numbers you want to multiply with. You can do 6 and 7, you can do 11 and 2, but I just choose the friendliest numbers that I can do myself. And then we're going to break down this 154. Again, you could do any numbers you want. We're going to break it down. I'm going to use 150 and 4, breaking it down into the place values. So now I'm going to multiply. Oh, it's doing that. I'm going to multiply each square, the area of each square. So I'm going to do 10 times 100 equals 1,000. 10 times 50 is 500. 10 times 4 is 40. This is much like the distributive property. I'm going to distribute the numbers on the side, to each of the numbers on the top. Also, you're finding area, and you're going to go over and across where they meet, length times width. So we have 3 times 100 is 300. 3 times 50 is 150. 3 times 4 is 12. And now I'm going to add all this together to find the product of 13 times 154. So this gives me 1,300 plus 650 plus 52. So if I add these together, I know that that is 752, and that's 1,300. Okay, and now if I do 1,300 times 752, 52, and here's one, 2,052. So if I had, just double check my work. Yep, 2,052. So that helps me break down a bigger problem into smaller pieces. It's just easier for me to see, and I'm 100% sure it makes it easier for students to see as well. So that is the area model of multiplication.